for popping by and welcome to a new vlog. In this vlog, we're doing a get to know us kind of vlog. And that's come off the back of some lovely suggestions, but also some questions from our lovely subscribers. And we're going to try and cover them all in this vlog today. For those that have viewed our vlogs before, you'll know that I'm Bernie.
Bernadette.
Oh yeah, oh, don't say that, I think my dad's back and I'm in trouble.
But everyone calls her Bernie.
Bernie, that's correct, yeah, everyone calls me Bernie. And my better half is...
I'm Grant, but we've noticed that Americans, when I say Grant, they go Ron, don't they? They don't really get although they've got Grants over here, they're Grants.
I've now got into the habit of when I introduce myself and Grant to new people, particularly Americans, I go, oh, I'm Bernie and this is Grant.
Which just sounds weird when we say it. When Americans say it, it sounds fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time a new person asks my name when we're out and I say Grant, they don't, and I'm starting to say it weird now, I'm going Grant.
It's funny.
Which just makes me seem like a weirdo.
We've been together for 38 years. 38 happy years, wouldn't you agree, Grant?
Oh, well, good 2 of those years were happy.
And we have 4 children, a daughter and 3 sons, are all grown up now and left home and got their own lives and families, but obviously they're still very much a big part of our lives.
Both East London. Bernie was born in Canning Town and I was born in Stepney, but were brought up in Millwall with the Isle of Dogs.
And our home in England is now in Essex.
Now we live near Colchester.
Yeah.
We love living there, but we do look forward to our time coming out here, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We love it. We're just going to talk a little bit about our channel, kind of things like how we came up with the name and why we're doing it. Our channel name, T for 2 Florida, we came up with that originally because we were really looking for something that kind of...
had a British feel to it. Go out for lunch 3 or 4 times a week. We normally go to the little American diners, and every time when they ask us what we want to drink, we always have tea. We always have tea, don't we? We've always loved a cup of tea. So we started saying to the waitresses, "Oh, could we have hot tea? Because otherwise they bring you a cold tea."
Yeah.
So we always say, "Oh, could we have hot tea for 2, please?"
Yeah.
And that was when I said to Bernie that maybe T for 2 Florida would be a good name.
We like it, don't we?
Yeah.
Actually, that kind of links to one of the questions from one of our lovely subscribers, one of our regular subscribers, and who comments frequently on our vlogs. Thank you very much, Rita. So that's why we came up with the name.
Yeah.
It means something to us. It makes sense, and hopefully now that makes sense to all of our subscribers. Why we chose that name.
A few of our family members said that because we was going to be away so long, obviously 6 months a year, said, "Oh, it would be nice for us to send them not so much a vlog originally, but send them videos of what we're doing."
Yeah.
And then Bernie and I watch vlogs, so we decided it's probably a good idea to do a vlog. We could just send them out to our family, but you know, people seem to like them, which is good, and we enjoy doing them, don't we?
Yeah, because we were doing 6 months here in Florida and 6 months in the UK. Obviously, we're away from family for long periods of time, and we started off actually with a family Florida WhatsApp group. It kind of just got bigger and bigger from there. You know, our family was asking us to send longer videos, and obviously that's quite difficult via WhatsApp. So that's kind of where our YouTube channel was born.
One of our sons, Bradley, as well. We've got a new grandchild. She's coming up for a year.
Yeah, lovely Mia.
And Bradley, our son, and his wife said that it would be nice, obviously, to play her bits as well. Yeah. So that's how it wasn't planned. It's
not
just
really,
we fell into it. Really,
no, yeah. I think, to be fair, I think that's most. If you ask most people who set up a channel, that's really what it's about. It's kind of to have a documented series, really, of your life. Yeah. I mean, we've said it, haven't we, ourselves, that, you know, in years to come, it'll be really lovely for us to sit back and look at our old vlogs from when, like from this time, you know, say, God willing,
when we're in our 70s or 80s in a care home, we could sit and We can sit and watch the old videos and everything, can't we?
Yeah, hopefully I won't need a care home in my 70s. Let's hope.
I will.
Well,
I'll probably need
I just
one.
want to make
You
you
can
aware.
come and visit me and we watch them together.
Can I just make you aware that that's only 10 years away?
Oh dear, I didn't
Yeah,
realise
yeah. Just
that.
be careful. Don't
Let's
wish
not
you luck.
mention that. Yeah, but I'm only 40, so it's not 10 years for me.
Yeah, dream on, mate. Dream on. So that's how the channel came about. And I think it's fair to say that I kind of started doing it all initially.
I just wanted to be the cameraman originally. If you go back and look at a couple of our early videos, I didn't really want to do it. I didn't want to be in them. So I was behind the camera really, videoing you, weren't I?
Yes, yeah.
But then Bernie used to say, oh, it'd be more fun if it was both of us. And
it is more fun with you in it. It is more fun. I enjoyed doing it.
Gives you someone to bounce off of as well.
I enjoyed doing it initially. Yes, like we said, it was kind of me, and then you were filming and that sort of thing, and that was great. But since it's the both of us, I really love doing it. I love putting the vlogs together and all of like the things, and I do think it's a lot better with both of us in the vlog. I'm loving it.
Another thing I've noticed as well, it was never going to be a Disney vlog. It was going to be a Florida vlog. So we didn't do Disney at all on our first 2 visits, did we?
No.
Got a annual pass for Gatorland, and we got a SeaWorld pass, didn't we? And it's only since we've had our Disney annual pass that we've enjoyed it so much that we've been back pretty much
a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
Loved it. So that kind of brings us on to really what is our channel about now. In week 6 of our 6-month stay, and so we've already put out 5 vlogs including our travel day, but we won't just be doing the theme parks. What our plan is with regards to the theme parks is this year we got the Disney annual passes. Never had a annual pass before for any of the major theme parks.
We had to get them really. The value for money of them is amazing.
Yeah.
When you think it can be, is it about $180 for one day?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
We've paid, how much is it?
Well, basically, in dollar terms, it's cost us $500 each for the year, Monday to Friday. But there are some blackout dates. But in the main, any day, Monday to Friday, we're able to go to the theme parks, apart from things like Christmas Day and Thanksgiving and those types of things.
And we prefer going to the parks on a weekday, don't we? It tends to be.
We'd never go at the weekend.
Tends to be Pixie Pass, as it's called. If you're going to visit here and you've got a property here, then it's a no-brainer to have.
Absolutely,
the Pixie Pass.
yeah, absolutely. In fact, the Pixie Pass is cheaper than a fortnight ticket that we used to get from the UK when we visit the parks on holiday. It's actually cheaper. So, but you can only get that if you are a Florida resident. You need a Florida residential address to be able to get that pass.
I'll tell you what I get a big kick out of as well, when we go to the parks and we don't have to pay for the parking.
Oh, see?
I love the fact that as I pull up, we hand our annual pass.
Yeah.
They look at it, they pass it back, wave you through, and each time we do that, we're saving
$30. Well, and remember that pass that we used to get from the UK, and we know this for a fact because our oldest son and his wife are staying with us at the moment. They go home in a couple of days, sadly. But for example, they've got Disney tickets, but that doesn't include parking.
No.
So
So we've been going with them, so they haven't had to pay the
that's what we've been
parking
doing,
charges. Haven't
So the Disney pass is a no-brainer. But what we plan to do is flip it. So next year when we come, our main annual pass will be Universal. But unfortunately, Grant, they don't do the same offering for Florida residents as Disney pass.
No, I've heard that.
No, they don't. You can only get the usual options that anybody, even if you was coming here on holiday, so if you was coming here say 2-3 times a year, some people get a universal annual pass because it works out better value.
It will still be good value for money
It will
because we'll use it so many times,
yes,
won't we?
It will be, yeah. And there are, again, like the Disney options, there are levels of pass you can buy. And again, we will go for the one where it's sort of Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So basically the most affordable one, because that's all we need. That's all we need. That's the plan. We flip it each year and have a annual pass for either Disney or Universal.
For instance, Bernie's taking me to St. Augustine, which is right up the north of Florida.
Yep.
For my birthday, because I'm a history buff. I love history. And it's supposed to be the oldest town or city in the US.
Yep.
Founded by the Spanish. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes,
plus we love going to the coast. We love
Yeah.
Clearwater and St. Pete's.
And St. Augustine's on the coast. It's near the beach.
Yeah,
as well,
but it's right,
'cause I've checked
right
it
up
out.
north.
So that should be right up your street then, Grant.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm taking you there. Our vlog schedule is that we put out a vlog every Friday, and we've been doing that since we came on this visit, and we're going to continue that because that seems to be working well. Whatever we've done in that week, be it a theme park, gone somewhere else, or and so on, that will be the sort of main focus of that vlog that week. But it comes out every Friday. If you don't want to miss one, you know what to do. Hit the notification bell, and you'll get a reminder of when our vlog comes out.
And we've also got a couple of things we've planned that subscribers
Yes.
have asked us to do.
Since we started this vlog series, it's been great actually. We've had a really positive response from subscribers, and we've had quite a lot of new subscribers, which is again equally lovely. So welcome old and new. And we've had quite a few suggestions and questions. And we're going to cover those now in this section. I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Florida life. Why do we love Florida? And how did we end up being here? Our love affair with Florida started, what? Ooh,
When the children were small.
Yeah, so good, nearly 30 years ago, I would say. Yeah. So we started coming here, first of all, with our children for family holidays, and we got the bug. And kept coming back, didn't we?
We ended up coming, was it 3 times in 4 years?
Yeah, at one point, yes.
Spent an absolute fortune.
That was mad.
But we did get the bug. We just fell in love with it.
We did. And we've experienced it before buying our property here. We've experienced it in Florida with the children, also coming with just friends. Once our children had grown up and left home, we started coming with friends. And also on our own, and it doesn't matter who we come with or how we do it, we just love it, don't we?
And the reason we only live here for 6 months of the year is that's the most we can.
Yes.
We've got the B2 visa, which is the best one you can have, if you're not a dual citizen or you don't live here permanently. It allows us 6 months, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's still a process you have to go through. It's not just a case of filling in a form and they say, yes, you can come for 6 months a year like your Esther.
Yeah, we had to go up to the American Embassy and be interviewed by one of the members of staff there, didn't we? Yeah,
you have to provide a lot of documentation, and when you're at the embassy, it's quite an experience, isn't it? They do all the interviews standing up. You don't sit down, do you?
No.
They're all because you go to about 3 different windows, so there's 3 different stages while you're there, and obviously depending if you progress to each window depends whether you're going to get it or not. Luckily, we did. It cost us about £300 each to apply for that visa, but it does last for 10 years, and in 10 years' time, mind you, we're in year 3 now, so we've only got just over 7 years to go. You can reapply to start that process over again, and obviously that's what we plan to do going forward. Right now, it suits us to be doing the 6 months here and the 6 months in the UK, because obviously we do have family back home, and so I personally feel like we've got best of both worlds. But one of our lovely subscribers, Rita, asked if we had to choose right now, stay in Florida or stay in the UK, what would your answer be? So I'm going to let Grant go first.
Mine
Easy.
Florida, easy. I just wouldn't go home. I'd stay here.
Yeah.
I love Florida.
Yeah. For me, I do prefer the lifestyle of Florida. We're far more active. We do a lot more out here, obviously because of the weather and so on. It's just so much easier to have that kind of lifestyle. And I do love it. But right now, I'm happy with the 6 and 6 because I get 6 months to be at home with the family. Although saying that, they're all coming out here, don't they?
Yeah, they're all
come
booked up
every
to
year.
Come
They
out,
come every
friends,
year.
family.
So, like we said earlier in the vlog, our eldest son and his wife have been here for 3 weeks. Middle son is coming, I think, in July for about a week, and he's the traveller, so he doesn't never stay anywhere too long. And then in September, our youngest son and his wife and our little granddaughter Mia is coming for 3 weeks. So they are here.
We see them a lot when we're in the UK.
Yeah. So I don't feel like we miss them too much anyway, because like we say, they come out here and we do speak to them obviously on FaceTime. And we had some really good questions from some of our subscribers, including from Alton Woods and also Accessible Trekkers. Thanks for your lovely questions, and we're going to cover all of them in this vlog now.
For anyone else thinking of doing this, one of the subscribers asked us about are there any downsides? In my eyes, there aren't really any downsides apart from the cost of living. We always said when we used to come out here when the kids were little, it was always everything was about half the price of at home, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So eating out was half the price. If you went to Walmart or Target, everything was half the price of what you would pay in the UK. It's now almost flipped.
Yeah, definitely flipped.
Eating out, I think, is still cheaper in the US than it is in the UK. But things like deodorant is about 4 times more expensive here than it is in the UK.
Let's put it this way, a can of deodorant, Dove deodorant, 250 mils, is about £2.50 in the UK. To buy that here, you're talking $9-10. So it's it's over 3 times the price.
But what was the other things you've noticed that
it's everything.
Expensive?
A loaf of bread here, cheapest loaf of bread, a decent loaf of bread is $4. So, £3. Whereas you can get a really good bread in the UK for about £1.50 and even less. Things like eggs. Eggs are double the price here, although they're coming down a bit now.
Yeah,
they've just started to come down
recently, haven't they?
But up until 2 or 3 weeks ago, a dozen eggs were costing around about, I'm talking free range eggs. A dozen free range eggs were costing around about $9-10, whereas compared to the UK, you can get them again for about £3.
The main pro though of being in the US is the fuel. It's still so cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're paying at the moment. We went out a couple of days ago and filled up, and we're paying $2.90 here.
A gallon.
A gallon.
That's not a litre, a gallon.
Yeah.
So there's 5 litres to a gallon. So that's around about £2.20 for 5 litres.
We've got an SUV.
That's a good way of putting it.
To fill up our car, we can fill it up with $35
Tops.
worth of fuel. In the UK, I think I can get about £70 worth of fuel into the car.
Yeah. $35 and the current rate is around about £28. Yeah. So to put it that way, it will cost you at least 3 times the price to fill up your car in the UK. We basically sold our larger family home because we didn't need a big home anymore because all of our children had left. And we downsized, moved out of where we were, so a more affordable area, and bought a smaller property, which meant we could buy a property also here in the US.
We had a 4-bed detached and we went down to a 3-bed bungalow.
3-bed, yeah. But because we moved out, that's why it was, that's how we could make up the difference, because where we were living in Essex then was literally just outside London in the commuter belt. So very, very, the property prices there are and still are quite high. So obviously we didn't need to worry about that too much anymore. So we moved out into the country.
We moved further into Essex, which is obviously is cheaper.
Which means the property prices came down. Yeah. And because we downsized a bit, it meant that we could free up money to pay for a house here. Property prices in the UK compared to the US. So for example, a 3-bed bungalow where we're living is around about 450,000 on average, I would say, for a 3-bed detached bungalow in Essex, in the area that we're living. Yet we've got a 2-bed plus a flex room, so we've got the option to have a third bedroom. So similar, really, I would say, similar size. But this only cost $250,000, which is around about £200,000. So the property prices compared to the UK, so here in Florida, around about half. So that's another sort of swings and roundabouts, really. Yes, some things are higher here in America, but actually some of the big ticket items like fuel, property prices, and also things like utility costs are significantly lower compared to the UK. So Alton Woods asked, how did we buy our villa? We bought our villa the way you should never buy a property.
Yeah,
Isn't that right, Grant?
Yeah, we did everything you shouldn't
do. Yeah. Look, what happened is I've actually got to a stage in my life where I never ever want to talk about that horrible pandemic and that horrible period that we all went through, because we're out the other side now, and I'm looking forward, not back. But it was that kind of pushed us to do this, really, wasn't it?
We had a lovely friend called Jeff.
God bless Jeff.
We'd known him for years. We used to go out regularly for meals and things. And he was looking forward to retiring one day.
Yeah.
And he always used to talk about what he was going to do. I think he was going to buy a place in Spain. And we brought him out to
Twice.
We brought him out and showed him Florida and things like that. And then, unfortunately, which was a big shock to us, he got COVID and passed away.
Such a shock.
And that was when not long after that was when I said to Bernie, do you know what, you can't put off things.
What are we waiting for?
If you really want to do something and you've got the ability to do it.
Yeah.
And that's when we sort of went a bit mad, started looking at properties in Florida.
Online.
And bought one without even coming out to see it, didn't we?
Now, it does sound reckless, okay? But I will caveat this with that we did find an amazing agent.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Real
lovely
estate
Trish
agent. Yeah.
from Explore 55 Plus. They're not paying me to say that.
No.
Okay, they're not paying. We're not getting nothing for that. No. They don't even know we're mentioning them in this vlog. But yeah, we had the lovely Trish from Explore 55 Plus, and boy, did she take care of us.
Yeah.
So obviously, because we physically couldn't be here to go and view the properties, she would go and view them for us. She knew exactly what we wanted. We had a few sort of...
She did. She also sent us out. She also sent us out details for us to look at first.
Yeah.
About 10 or 12 of them. We picked out the ones that we liked the look of, and she went and videoed them for us.
But she was really honest. We obviously were searching for properties as well. Because like I was saying, we met with her a few times, so she knew exactly what it was we wanted. She knew what our budget was. So there was no point in us looking at $400,000 houses, because they weren't in our budget.
Did we have about 300,000?
300,000 tops.
Maximum,
yeah. But really, I wanted to keep it to 250, and we actually did do that. So that was really good. But the point is that Trish really listened and knew what we wanted. So when we were looking at properties and I'd say, oh, Trish, I found this one. If she thought it wasn't good, she'd come back and said, honestly, Bernie, that's not for you. That's not the one you're looking for. And I trusted her, and she was right. And she went, like Grant said, she went and looked at several properties for us. She did the live video. So she walked around the house with us while she was videoing it, and found this lovely home. And I shall be eternally grateful for Trish for finding us, because we were in the right place. We're where we're supposed to be.
After this, we're going to go out and film as well. We're going to show you some of the house. We're going to film, because we're on what's called a 55 plus gated development.
Yeah.
So it's got guards on the front and barriers where you
very
come
safe.
In. So we feel very safe.
Yeah.
But we've got 3 swimming pools in this development.
We're very lucky.
There's tennis courts. What's the paddleboard?
Pickleball.
Pickleball courts, which
There's
is like
loads of
mini
things.
tennis. Bocce, which is like mini bowls.
There's loads of things. Lots of things actually we don't even know how to play. To be honest,
there's loads of things.
And loads of activities. And yes, we do have to pay what's known as a homeowners association fee for that each month, which is $165. But we think it's excellent value for what we get. You can put it on a par of a sort of like a back home having a gym membership, really. But you get so much for that, you know, that's sort of looking after all the commoners. And it's a big development. There's 2,800 homes on this development, isn't there? So it's a huge development, but it doesn't feel like there's 2,800 homes.
No.
So
because it's over a huge part.
It's a huge area. It's a huge area. So like Grant said, we're going to do a little mini tour of our home, and we'll also do a little bit of where we live.
We're only 40 minutes from Orlando. On a good day, with no traffic, we're about 40 minutes from Orlando. We're on the, we go on the US 27, don't we?
Yeah.
On a bad day with loads of traffic, it might take us an hour and a quarter, hour and a half.
Yeah.
But every time we go, the traffic's fairly decent, and we're there in 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, and you know, if it's longer than that, like say an hour and a half, that's usually due to an accident. That could happen anywhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, but no, we feel like we've picked the right location because we're not in the tourist area. We're not in a tourist town where real people live. People come here to retire, or they're what they call snowbirds, a bit like what we're doing. They'll be here for a few months.
We're right in between two towns or cities, if you like, Claremont and Leesburg.
Yeah, along the 27, and so I know, and would you agree? We're in the right place. Yeah, we love it. People are lovely here. It's a lovely place to live. We feel very lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Another question is, what would you do differently if you were to do it all again? To be honest, I wouldn't do anything differently. And that's because of hindsight. Everything's turned out good. Yeah. So there's nothing that's happened where I've had to go, oh God, we shouldn't have done that. As it transpires, everything's worked out the way it should have. So I wouldn't change anything. I think what's meant to be is meant to be. We're meant to be here. Yeah. We're meant to have this house, and we're meant to be doing what we're doing. And it just feels right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't change anything.
No, we're really enjoying it.
Wouldn't change anything. Some suggestions we have had for future vlogs include Tampa Zoo from Lewis. Thank you, Lewis. And we are definitely going to go to Tampa Zoo. We're actually going to do probably an overnight stay in Tampa, do the zoo, and also experience the area. So that's going to be a future vlog coming up. Tony Yero also suggested Mount Dora, Winter Garden, Winter Park, and also Tampa the town. And we will be covering those in future vlogs. We have actually been to Mount Dora, but we went around Christmas time just to see the Christmas lights and that type of thing. So we're going to go back there and do a proper sort of daytime visit to experience it. And some of those other places that Tony's mentioned. So thank you for that. So they'll be coming up in future vlogs. Another suggestion
from another Tony, funnily enough. Yeah. Is it Tony Briarwood?
That's it. That's the chap. Here's something we've never heard of before, but sounds fabulous. Is the Hard Rock Hotel Sunday Acoustic Brunch. Never heard of it before, and as it would suggest, it's only on a Sunday.
It's on his list of things to do when he comes.
Yeah.
He'd seen it on another vlog, but he said he'd like a second opinion, if you like. He wants us to go along.
So we're definitely going to go and do that because it's my birthday this month. So I've said to Grant that that's something I'd like to do for my birthday. So we're going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks. So that should be coming up in the next sort of 2 or 3 vlogs time. So look out for that. So thank you for that suggestion. We'll definitely be going to check that out. For those subscribers that do love the theme parks, and in particular Disney, there's been some recent announcements about some big changes coming up at the Disney parks, including the closing of, I'm going to read from my notes, look like a newsreader, Rivers of America, Liberty Square Riverboat, and Tom Sawyer's Island and Rafts, which is at Magic Kingdom. That will be permanently closing on the 7th of July. So if you do like that area and you're coming out in the next month, you want to make sure you go and check out that area, because once it's gone, it's gone. And the reason they're closing it is because that's going to be the new Cars Land that they're building. And I'm going to put a little screenshot in here now of what's coming up with the new Cars Land, what it's going to look like.
It's still going to be part of Frontierland.
Yes,
right?
It is, yes.
It's more like a Cars area of Frontierland, isn't it?
Yeah. There's going to be 2 attractions, so 2 rides, as well as obviously all the usual stuff that comes along with a new area, like some theming and some eating places and so on like that.
Did we put footage of the Liberty Bell steamboat
Yeah,
on our
Magic
last
Kingdom.
vlog? It's
Yes.
weird that we put that in
Yeah,
our last vlog.
it is, yeah.
And now they haven't said what's going to be happening to that steamboat.
No. No.
So hopefully they won't scrap it or anything, because it's such a lovely.
Well, we said they should turn it into a restaurant, didn't we? Yeah, I think that'd be really nice. There's also a new Disney parade coming up at Magic Kingdom. It's called the Starlight Parade, and that is going to start on the 20th of July this year. So again, if you're coming out this year, you should be able to catch that new parade. We will keep our eyes and ears open, and any other news that comes up, we'll share with you. We're going to pop out now and do that film of development where we live and a little bit on our home, and we're going to insert it here now. So this is the lovely street we live on, and this is our home here. My beautiful rose bush is blooming this year. And we've just started actually doing some bits out the front. We've been putting some new plants in, and a new addition to our family is Pelicano here. We love him. So as you come in on the left, this is what you'd call our guest suite. So this is our guest bedroom, good size. Got a walk-in wardrobe over there. And then this is the guest bathroom. The home is about 25 years old, and we bought it at the end of 2022. And we bought it from a developer who flipped it, kind of thing. But we've been doing some stuff to it since. So for example, here in the kitchen, which has got a lovely nook, and that's a big sort of larder cupboard. But these cupboards were originally like a brownie wood colour, so we got them repurposed, like refurbished into the more modern colour. We're really happy with them, and it will get us a few more years out of it before we need to think about replacing the kitchen. Here's the living room area. As with most American homes, they're very open plan. So yes, that's the living room, dining area, and then this is what we call a flex room. It was a lanai, but the developer that we bought it from, I think, turned the room into what they call under air, so it's a proper room, but it didn't have any doors on it. So what we've done when we came back this year, we put some doors on there so that we could make it into what the Americans call a proper flex room. So it's mainly used as my office most of the time, but like our son's just been staying here with his family, so this was a bedroom for 3 weeks for them. So this is where I work, and out here we've got a little patio area. That's the back of the house. This area is all ours up into that tree, and then we have an outlook onto that lovely wooded area, so it's really lovely. And that's sort of our neighbours' gardens down there. Our next project is actually we're going to have a large patio put here, and then a bird cage on the back, and then one of those windows is going to turn into a French door leading into the bird cage. Beautiful trees down the side of the house. Glorious this time of year. So we're back in the office area now, back through to the lounge, dining, and there's another way into the kitchen now. And then this is the main bedroom, and we bought the biggest bed in the world by accident, but luckily it fits in here fine. And this is the ensuite off of the main bedroom. There we go. Again, one of the projects we did, we got these refurbished, because again they were the sort of old brown woody colour, and we got them all refurbished. anyone who's been to America will know that one of the things they're famous for is their walk-in closets. And this one's no exception. I'll allow Grant that bit there. But I'll just take you through now to see the garage. And then the garage is here. Laundry area, so big washer, dryer, aircon, water heater. And yeah, so good sized garage. Got quite a lot of in here, especially Grant, gets a lot of stuff in here. So that's our home here in Florida. And I'm now going to go and take you around the development. So this is the development where we're just turning into it now. And this is the main entrance. Some lovely fountains. And it is gated, so there is a guard on the gate. As a resident, though, we have a resident pass, so we get our own line. We don't have to go via the guard. It's absolutely beautiful. They do look after it well. Like we said earlier in the vlog, it's a really big development. It's got 2,800 homes. I think it's got about 33 different what they call villages. And obviously in each one of those villages there's, you know, a couple of hundred homes or whatever. As you can see, although there's, you know, nearly 3,000 properties on this development, there's got a lot of open green spaces, so you don't feel like you're on top of each other at all. It's lovely. We have what's known as free rec centres, so that's where lots of activities and clubs happen and events like shows, dances and so on. And we also have free swimming pools. I'm going to show you each of them now. And over there is our restaurant, Steve's Bar and Grill, next to the Pro Golf Shop, because we do have 2 18-hole golf courses here. Grant and I don't play golf at the moment, but it's something we're planning on taking up probably in the next 5 years. Well, I certainly want to give it a go anyway. This is the first rec centre that overlooks this beautiful lake here. It's gorgeous. And as you can see over there, we've got loads of pickleball, tennis courts. And I'll just show you the pool now. This particular pool is so cute. It reminds me of the 1950s. Like on Dirty Dancing or something like that, the sort of pool you'd have found at the country club. Cautious because people are swimming, but this is the smallest of the free pools, but it's just so cute. I love it. Like I say, it reminds me of one of those 1950 country club swimming pools. It's so nice, and each pool's got a separate jacuzzi. So you can see that there, but it's lovely. And this pool's on the back of the rec centre, which has got all different rooms for different activities that take place. So this is the actual rec centre here. Aircon, love it. And that's where usually the rec centre manager will be sitting, but I think they're out and about doing some bits and bobs. And look at that lovely look at the pool there. Beautiful. Included in the HOA fee of $165 a month is a gym. We have 2 gyms here. I'll show you from this angle because there's no one using it, but there's a gym. We get to use that It's all included in our HOA. There. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. You look like you're having fun.
Yeah. This is what I would call rec centre number 3. I'll save what I consider the best till last. So we're now at the second of the rec centres. This is called Ashley. This is actually my favourite pool of the 3. Oh, the ladies are doing aquasize. So here you go. So this is my favourite pool because that bit there in the middle is quite deep, so I like to do my lengths going that way. But yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful pool on the back of Ashley. I'll leave them to it. Morning.
Morning, how are we doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
So this is the Ashley Rec Centre, which is actually a very pretty building. You see it from the front there. As you can see, that's the pool at the back of it there. So you go, there's the manager there, officers there. Little advert for the restaurant, which you can see there's loads of rooms. And this has got the biggest fitness centre. This one's great. Look at this one. Brilliant. And like I say, all included in the HOA. I'll give you an example. This is one of the big rooms where people hold events or clubs and so on. And it actually opens up, you can see there, into an even bigger room. But this is not the biggest sort of event space that they've got here at Plantation. And I'm back outside. Here at Ashley, just like at the last rec centre, you've got tennis courts over there, bocce here, which Grant and I have played, it's quite fun, and then pickleball, which is like a smaller version of tennis, and it's huge here in America. We've actually just bought some pickleball bats. We're going to start playing that this year. Don't have post boxes at our homes. We all have a central mailing collection point. Ours is here at the manor, and so we've all got a post box each, and we come and collect our mail every few days. This is the beautiful lake at the manor, and this one has got a little pet memorial garden. So anyone who's had a pet pass away, they can come and put a little plaque here and then sit and remember them. It's a lovely little place actually. And our sweet friends, Michael and Susan, who live across the street from us here, although our lovely Ollie had never come to America, that was our beautiful little staff who lived to nearly 15. He passed away last year. And when we got back here this year, they'd done a very sweet thing, which just sums them up really. And what they did was, they got a little plaque for Ollie. There it is, right there. My little Ollie Choppins. So even though he was never here, it's lovely when I come here for the 6 months. I can come and sit on this lovely little bench and think about Ollie and just enjoy this wonderful view. There's always plenty of birds as well around the lake, as you can see these 4 here. So down there is the manor, aka Mini White House, and I'm going to pop back in the car now and take you down there. I can't believe this is a sort of hobby event space, clubhouse really, for us to use. Hi there. Good, thank you. How are you? Good. Oh, that's welcome. So here we are, we're inside the manor now. As you can see, very southern, I love it. And I just love this staircase, it's very Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind, look. You can just see her running down there. Beautiful. Oh, I've never seen the curtains open on the stage before. That looks lovely. But as you can see, it's a huge space. And this is where they hold sort of all the main events, dances. We have bingo here every Monday afternoon, fun bingo, American bingo is. It's bonkers, but I love it. And we've also got amateur dramatics groups who put on plays, choirs, other sort of singing groups. So like I say, there's something for everybody. You can dip into whatever you like. And they have these helpful screens everywhere. And there you can see, there's some of the events. They do movies at the Manor every Tuesday. Soundtrack to the summer, so that's an entertainer. So all sorts of summer solstice dance and so on. So I'm going to pop round now and show you the pool. Just look at that beautiful lake over the back of the manor. But this is our manor pool. Like I say, it's more like a resort style pool. Got a lovely waterfall. And that beautiful outlook, lots of palm trees. And look back at the manor. That's the back of it there. And like I say, over there, like all the other ones, you've got your tennis courts, your pickleball, your bocce, and then over that side you've got horseshoe pits and so on. But it's lovely. So the lake at the back of the manor includes that and goes all the way around here. And this is where the pool is. There's always something being maintained or updated. It always looks so lovely. It's lovely. This is the one that our visitors tend to favour because it's more like a resort pool. It's lovely. There you go. There's the back of the White House. Or the manor. I'll just call it the White House. And the pool. Beautiful. I'm going to end this bit of the vlog by sitting on mine and Grant's bench that we often come and sit on just to chill out, listen to all the wildlife. A little swing bench. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of where we live. And if you've got any questions or comments, then leave them down below and we'll happily answer them. Just going to stay here probably for about 3 hours. Especially as it's such a beautiful day. Bye for now, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this vlog and getting to know us a little bit better. And thank you to all of our lovely subscribers who sent us questions. We really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one, and bye for now.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.